Yeah, give it a second. Come on. Sound check, start streaming. Alright, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is FXFreedom, broadcasting you live on YouTube and other streaming platforms. And this is the Professional Forex Trading Course 101. Remember, trading is a learnable skill when you learn in the correct way. Also, never forget that you're going to graduate. Number one, when you have your chart set up and ready for trading. Number two, you have your strategy in place. We're going to talk about today a little bit about the strategy. And number three, you have a complete understanding on how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction. For questions and homeworks, you have my Gmail contact, and for webinars, seminars, workshops, you have the Skype. Alright everybody, today we have adjusted the Contrarian Fibonacci in a downtrend. Before we move forward, one more time, original first. Yes, happy Monday to you too. The original Fibonacci, number one, we use the original Fibonacci to determine trend direction. So we are using Fibonacci to predict to a degree how the market is going to move from Monday to Friday. Number two, then we compare trend direction from the larger time frame to the lower time frame. Number three, the last thing we need to identify is what zone are the Fibonacci's on the larger time frame and the smaller time frame. Contrarian, we use the Contrarian Fibonacci too. Number one, trade retracements, which is risky. Yes, don't worry, I have a 20-second delay on the chat. And number two, to find the capital C of the original Fibonacci. Trading rules: until the sub-D extension of the Contrarian Fibonacci is still inside the AB boundary of the original Fibonacci, you are entering trades with a probability 50-50. Number two, if you can find the Contrarian Fibonacci with the projected sub-D extension above or below the capital A of the original Fibonacci, you are entering 80 to 85% probability trades. We have one more to go, which is the Fibonacci of the confirmation. Anyway, how to use the three Fibonacci's, things to ponder. All the rules apply to all Fibonacci's and on all time frames. Every Fibonacci can have the Contrarian Fibonacci and the Fibonacci of the confirmation. Yes, also the Contrarian Fibonacci can have a Contrarian Fibonacci. If not, how are you going to find the C of the Contrarian Fibonacci and the Fibonacci of the confirmation? Boss, this is too difficult. You don't need to trade everything and anything, makes sense? But all the rules apply to all Fibonacci's. The original Fibonacci has the Contrarian and the Fibonacci of the confirmation. The Contrarian Fibonacci has the Contrarian Fibonacci and the Fibonacci of the confirmation. And the Fibonacci of the confirmation, which is going to come, has the Contrarian and its own Fibonacci of the confirmation. All the rules apply to all Fibonacci's and on all time frames. But you don't need to trade everything and anything. Number three, when comparing larger time frames and smaller time frames, it's possible that the Contrarian Fibonacci on the larger time frame is the original and or the Fibonacci of the confirmation on the smaller time frame. In other words, the retracement of one could be the extension of other. You have Euro New Zealand, everybody. Let's open Euro New Zealand. If JForex is going to allow me, open Euro New Zealand. And then we are going to talk about strategy. Alright everybody, and I'm going to clone the chart. Alright everybody, Euro New Zealand monthly chart. Is the original Fibonacci up or down? Check your charts, type in the chat. Euro New Zealand up or Euro New Zealand monthly down? This is mine. Okay, I have my A is here, my B is here. Alright, my capital C is down in here. Everybody, would you say it's Euro New Zealand monthly chart up or is Euro New Zealand monthly chart down? Yeah, the original one. Boss, I don't know. Look at the chart. If the A is down and the B is above the A, this is what? There is no right or wrong. Matthias says monthly up. Alright, very good. How is your Euro New Zealand weekly chart? I believe I deleted it, so I need to redo. This is the monthly, this is the weekly. I'm going to redo the Fibonacci's on the weekly chart, so cancel. Alright, going to delete the Fibonacci's weekly chart, just quickly low to high, low to high. Is that a high? Give me a second everybody. High 168 102 16816, so it's not a high. And so Fibonacci going to be A to B, changing colors of course, edit levels. This is the original Fibonacci. This line is what? Not sure about it. And again, red goes to red, right? So it's most likely it's the same. Went to blue or red, and then this is the high, right? So weekly it's similar to the monthly. Weekly is up. Okay, how is your daily, everybody? How is your daily Fibonacci original one? How is your daily? Down, exactly. So as you can see everybody, when comparing larger time frames and smaller time frame, it's possible that the contrarian Fibonacci on the larger time frame is the original and or the Fibonacci, the confirmation on the smaller time frame. So Mattia, the monthly is up, the weekly is up, the daily is down. How are you going to trade those Fibonacci's? Okay, everybody, we are trying to put into practice, you know. We're trying to put into practice what we've learned so far. So the question is on the daily. And I don't have it right now. I'm going to put it, just give me a second. Here is the question on the daily, and it's a question about the strategy. You have the daily original pointing down, and you have the contrarian on the daily pointing up. Which one are you going to trade? Boss, can we trade both? Yes, you can. Just remember that retracements are riskier. Low 18, 183, 198, 183, 2. So it's a low. And ABCD, ABCD, ABCD on the daily, ABCD, one more time, ABCD, green goes to green, green goes to green, ABCD, somewhere down in here, ABCD, just double check, where is the low, double check, alright, ABCD, one more maybe, one more, no. Alright everybody, see? The original Fibonacci on the daily is down, the contrarian is up. Which one are you going to trade? Daily down, Broto, yes sir. Do you understand everybody what this picture is trying to tell you? Number 3, when comparing larger time frames and smaller time frames, it's possible that the contrarian Fibonacci on the larger time frame is the original Fibonacci or the Fibonacci of the confirmation on the smaller time frame. We didn't learn yet the Fibonacci of the confirmation, okay? But Euro New Zealand, it's an example that on the daily original is down and the contrarian is up, and this contrarian on the daily, okay, equals to what on the monthly and the weekly, and this down Fibonacci, original one on the daily, equals to what on the monthly and the weekly. You can trade whatever you want, right? Everybody, how are you going to make pips and money? Shorting the daily or going long on the contrarian? By the way, the original Fibonacci has a confirmed C, right? The original Fibonacci, this is the B, this is the A. Between the confirmation, between the original Fibonacci going down and between the contrarian Fibonacci pointing up, one is going to win. In the next weeks, one is going to win, the other one is going to lose. Alright? In other words, the retracement of one could be the extension of the other. Isn't the retracement on the daily the extension on the monthly and the weekly? Type in the chat, everybody. Do you understand number 4? When the daily is, give me a second, let's do like this. Daily, alright. Yeah, I cannot. Anyway, everybody, can you see the daily? Isn't the retracement on the daily the extension on the monthly and the weekly? Isn't the monthly and the weekly extending? This would be number 4. The retracement of one could be the extension of the other. Matthias is saying the daily we have confirmancy, on the weekly we don't have a confirmancy. I would enter one day original down because on risk reward. Broto original will win. Broto on what time frame? But we don't have confirmation to enter. We are making hard highs, hard lows. Again, Mattia, on what time frame? Everybody, please be more specific. On what time frame are we talking about? The capital D of the original Fibonacci is stronger than all the other D's from other Fibonaccis. The capital D of the original Fibonacci is stronger than all the Ds from other Fibonaccis? Should you go long or short on the daily? Always remember, if things get complicated, the larger time frame controls the lower time frame, and the market will always go in the direction of the greatest force. Monthly, weekly, daily, 2 hours. Should you buy or should you sell the daily? Trade only what you understand and what you're comfortable with. Don't try to do everything. Amen to that. And you, of course, you are going to forget all of this. A lot of information, right? And then was number 9. The retracement and the extension from the higher time frames are more relevant than the retracement and extension from the smaller time frames, especially when the D on the larger time frame is hit. Alright? So let's make a poll, everybody. If you would understand what, one more time, we need to learn the Fibonacci of the confirmation, but you know, we are here. What do you think in the coming weeks? Is the market going to continue to go up and you should buy the Contrarian on the daily with the knowledge and understanding of why, or should you short the original one because has found the confirmed C? And I'm telling you, if you are wrong on the direction, some of you are going to lose, and if you are correct on the direction, some of you are going to win. And when I'm saying wrong or correct on the direction, I'm talking about the knowledge, how to understand the Fibonacci's. Okay, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Ernesto, we must trade the daily in the direction of the weekly and monthly. So what's the answer? More probability to go long than short. Short the original one. Why? Everybody try to type in the chat, why do you believe the daily is going to fall, or why do you believe the daily is going to go up? And the answer lies on the higher time frames. In the meantime, talking about strategies. Until tomorrow, strategy. Until tomorrow, you must determine, number 1, which Fibonacci are you going to trade? Original, confirmation, which we didn't learn yet, and Contrarian. Okay, yes, you can trade all of them, but I don't suggest you do so. Number 2, on what time frame? Okay, only one time frame is going to be your trading time frame. Alright, everybody? Until tomorrow. Typo, thank you very much. Strategy. STR. Strategy. Which Fibonacci are you going to trade? Original, confirmation, or Contrarian? Alright? And yes, you can trade all of them, but I don't suggest you do so. Okay? And number 2, on what time frame? Only one time frame is going to be your trading time frame. Okay? So what would be an example of the strategy? Example. Okay, number one, I will trade only the original Fibonacci on the daily chart. Number 2, I will trade the original Fibonacci only with a confirmed C. Number 3, I am going to enter with, everybody, did we learn crowns? Not yet, right? We didn't learn crowns yet, so I'm going to enter with CTB, counter trend line break plus CF candlestick formation. Alright, just an example. There is no right or wrong on the strategy. Okay, so which Fibonacci are you going to trade? I will trade only the original Fibonacci. Number 2, on what time frame? I will trade only the original Fibonacci on the daily chart. Okay, now number 2, I will trade the original Fibonacci only with a confirmed C, or maybe not, right? Okay, so number 2, star, I don't, so this is a variation, I don't need a confirmed C to enter the market. It's just a variation. And then number 3, I'm going to enter with candlestick counter trend line break plus candlestick formation. No crown yet, alright? This is going to be next. Number 4, just an example. Number 4, I will always put my stop above or below the A. Okay, if the risk reward is not good, I will find another trade. Okay, now for star variation. Okay, I will put my stop or below slash above the capital A or above slash below the C, depending on the risk reward ratio. Okay, everybody, this is the homework until tomorrow strategy. So I will trade only the original Fibonacci on the daily chart. What does this mean? Euro New Zealand. Can I buy Euro New Zealand daily chart? Please don't send me emails. Oh, you told me. Not true. This is just an example. Don't send me email. Oh, you told me to trade only the confirmed C. Just an example. Okay? Don't call me and don't send me emails. Oh, my strategy takes too long. You build your strategy, not me. Okay? Oh, I'm trading too much. You build your strategy, not me. Okay, everybody, are you clear? Don't send me email. Oh, strategy, and you told me. Those are just examples. Now, boss, what should I choose? You need to jump into the swimming pool and build your experience. Yes, I give you my strategy in the Forex course 202. I give you my strategy in the Fibonacci Mastery course. Alright? Yeah, I give you my strategy, don't worry. But again, those are just examples. I will trade only the original Fibonacci on the daily chart. So according to this rule, and it's just an example, I could be trading, or I could have been trading this downfall, right? Or maybe this downfall, or maybe this downfall, whatever may be the case. Okay, so I could be shorting the market, but for sure I cannot go up. I cannot buy the contrarian. Why not, boss? Because it's a rule from my example. Boss, on number 4, when you write I will find another trade, you mean look for another setup, another time frame, another pair, literally another trade. Well, if I'm going to trade only on the original Fibonacci on the daily chart, then I'm not going to go on another time frame. Make sense? It's another currency pair. Great question, Ernesto. Okay. If anything is wrong in here, in this example, I'm going to find another currency pair, another setup on another currency. So I cannot buy the contrarians. I will trade the original Fibonacci only with the confirmed C. So, you know, I can short the market now. I could be shorting the market. So even though, so out this one, give me a second, out this one, out this one. So back in time, right? Back in time, I don't see the future, so I could not trade the first, I could not trade the second, I could not trade, see everybody? No entry for me. The market pushed down. If I want to short the original Fibonacci, the market pushed down once, this was one opportunity. The market pushed down 2 times, this was the second opportunity, and the market pushed down the 3rd time. So 3 times the market went down. If my strategy, give it a second, if my strategy says I will trade only with the confirmed C, no entry, no entry. So the counter example would be, I don't need the confirmed C to enter the market. Okay, so this I could have entered here, I could have entered here, I could have, and I know some of you are thinking, oh, but the confirmed C more secure, you know, you have a higher probability, and oh, it's better with the confirmed C. This is what I'm telling you. Don't call me and don't send me emails. You build a strategy. Alright? You must choose what it works best for you, what is makes sense, but remember, it is you who are building your strategy. Alright? Yes, you can change, no problem. You can try to trade with the confirmed C only. If it takes too long, if it takes too much, then you can change from confirmed C to that you don't need a confirmed C. Number 3 is timing. I'm going to enter with a counter trendline break plus candlestick formation, just an example. You can use stochastic RSI, whatever, Bollinger Bands, moving average cross if you want, Heikin Ashi, whatever the indicators. But remember, it's a rule. Number 4, I will always put my stop loss above or below the A. And the counterpart is I will put my stop loss above or below the A or above or below the C, depending on the risk reward. Make sense, everybody? So sometimes the Fibonacci is going to be, this is the Fibonacci, alright, and this is the market, you know, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, you know. So if this would be the counter trendline break with candlestick formations, or this would be the counter trendline break with candlestick formations, or this would be the counter trendline break with candlestick formation, just an example. This would be the counter trendline break with candlestick formations, you know. So the first one, if my stop loss is below the A, you know, risk reward is not bad, but it's also not good, right? Because I'm going 1 to 1. And this is a bad example, so let me correct in here. This is the market, right? And sometimes it's going to do this. You know? It went from A, B to C to D. Now risk reward. This is one clone. You cannot enter in here. Can you see it, everybody? Why? Because if the stop loss goes below the A, the stop loss is down in here. You know, and you could have counter trendline break with all the technicals, this one too. The market is going to your way. So if the stop loss is below the A, no entry for you. You are risking more than you are making. Make sense, everybody? Now the third one, this would be your entry. You're risking 1. Right click again, clone. You are risking 1 and you're going to 1 per 2 roughly, or 1.5. Now the opportunity to enter the market, no counter trendline breaks. Boss, I don't see it, give me a second. Counter trendline break, counter trendline break, counter trendline break. You know, counter trendline break. All of those opportunities in this example you cannot enter. Make sense, everybody? Because you are risking more than you're making. Now this changes if you say, oh, I'm going to put the number 4, I will put my stop or below or above the A or above or below the C, depending on the risk reward. So back in time, this was the A, up in here this was the B text. So back in time this was the C, right, everybody? Capital C. So back in time, A, B, C, D. If this is the example, now here you can enter. This is the C, counter trendline break, bullish candlestick formation, crown, moving average, JP Morgan Chase, unicorn, Citibank, dolphins, whatever the setup, robots, signals, you know, you can enter because the stop loss is below the C. Same story in here. Otherwise, no entry for you. Make sense, everybody? Questions about risk-reward ratio and the stop loss, everybody? Yeah, we're going to talk more in the coming sessions. But so far, is anything unclear, everybody? Number 4, risk-reward ratio. Can we make a rule? I will trade daily original Fibonacci or confirmation Fibonacci, depend who is aligned to weekly or original. Sure, absolutely. Yes, you can. Make sense, everybody? Now the difficult stuff is you need to choose, right? Okay, now look what I'm going to do right now. This is here, and alright, let's put it like this, risk reward ratio. Okay, now here number 5. Before I enter the market, I must have the monthly and the weekly original Fibonacci aligned. aligned with the daily. Monthly, must have the monthly. Alright. Before I enter the market, I must have the monthly and the weekly. So it's not or the weekly, right? So now 5 star variation. I must have or the monthly or the weekly original Fibonacci aligned with the daily. 5 star. Another variation. I must have any kind of Fibonacci's from the monthly and / or the weekly aligned with the daily. See everybody? All of you online right now, all of us, me too, we could have the same 1, 2, 3 and 4, but we are going to have totally different entries because our number 5 is different. Does this make sense to you? I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 as Mattia, and Mattia is going to have, before I enter the market, I must have the monthly and the weekly on the same direction. So Euro New Zealand, no entry. Make sense? Now Ernesto and Broto, they are going to have a different way. You're going to, I must have or the monthly or the weekly, still original Fibonacci aligned with the daily. No entry on Euro New Zealand. Then Julius or Clara, they're going to have, I must have any kind of Fibonacci's, meaning original Fibonacci on the monthly and the weekly, the Contrarian Fibonacci on the monthly and the weekly, the Fibonacci of the confirmation on the month and the weekly, aligned with the daily. So Julius and Clara, they can enter. Same 1, 2, 3, 4, different number 5 because of the variations, different entry. Does this make sense to everybody? And here too, you have variation on the number 2, you have variation on number 4. Okay? So homework until tomorrow, build. So you have your strategy ready, right? Kind of, I'm trading the market wave, I'm trading the short-term trends. Now put Fibonacci on your strategy. Mattia, can you make a rule? I will trade daily original Fibonacci or confirmation Fibonacci, depends. So this we clarify this one is a yes, right? Everybody, Ernesto's makes sense. Everybody type in the chat, which one of the number 5 are you going to choose? Type in the chat. First number 5, second number 5, or third number 5. And then I'm going to give you the bad news. Oh, really? Choose one of the number 5, and I know which one most. I have a crystal ball, believe me. I know which one most of you are going to choose, and then I'm going to give you a bad news. Type in the chat, first 5, second 5, third 5. Mattia, 5.3. Type in the chat, everybody, which one of the number 5 are you choosing right now? And then I'm going to give you the bad news. Mattia is going to have any kind of Fibonacci aligned. Don't worry, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Hedge fund trader Broto, hedge fund trader Clara, hedge fund trader Ernesto, and anybody else online, which one are you choosing? 5.1, 5.2 or 5.3? Clara, 5.1? Brought a second. I must have or the monthly or the weekly. Anybody else? We have three different. Hedge fund trader Alla, hedge fund trader Julius, hedge fund trader Chila, hedge fund trader Jordanka, hedge fund trader Shola, hedge fund trader Paul. Which one of those three? Shola 0.3. Anybody else? Ernesto, I don't see it that clear right now because all the excluded trades resulting from that options. Just choose one. You have until tomorrow, everybody. Okay. Ernesto, which one? The bad news is going to be for all of you, everybody. You cannot escape the bad news. Okay, now you don't know this yet from the Forex 5.3 exactly. You don't know this yet, but from the Forex course 202 knowledge, do you want to make money? Yeah, of course, right? Yeah, I want to make money. Tell me how to make money. You know, you are going to make money with the bad news. Okay, trader's secret. This is the bad news. Once you have chosen, then you must enter every single time and not choose one day yes and or the next day something different. Meaning no changing on the strategy. If you want to make money, take a screenshot of this. Once you have chosen 5.1, 5.2, and most of us 5.3 because I can trade everything and anything, you know. Once I have chosen, then you must enter every single time and not choose one day yes and one day or the next day something different. 5 point here. Something different. Meaning no changing on the strategy. You don't know it yet. This comes more in the Forex course 202. This is the bad news. This is why 90% of traders, doctors, lawyers, movie stars, singers, Uber drivers, gardeners, dentists, whatever, quantum physics are not making it in trading. No consistency. But what if I choose number 2? Give me a second. I'm going to explain to you. So everybody, once you have chosen 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, no more changing. What does this mean? You know. So let's address who said 5.1. Clara. Clara says, oh, before I entered the market. Clara says, before I enter the market, I must have the daily and the weekly. Give me a second, everybody. how can we do this? Alright, let's put it in here, down here. Alright. Clara says, okay. So this is the monthly, this is the weekly, and this is the daily. Okay, before I enter the market, I must have the monthly and the weekly original Fibonacci aligned with the daily. So this is the only setup that Clara can trade. Now, if you check 27 currency pairs, how many of them are positioned like this? And we don't have time, I'm going to answer just a few. Just a few. Okay? So if you have any other combination, weekly is up or monthly is up, weekly is down, and the daily is down, or you know, the monthly is up and the weekly is down and the daily is up, Clara cannot and should not enter. Make sense, everybody? You are going to see John and Jane making money. No more changing. Make sense, everybody? If you want to make money, you must follow the strategy rules. I say if I choose two of strategies together, you can't. You cannot say it's or one or the other. Make sense, Shola? Or it's 5.1 or 5.2 or 5.3. Now I know already most of you are not going to listen to me, and next year this time you are going to be still here. I know for a fact most of you are not going to listen to me. Make sense? But this is the secret to making money. So no setup. John is going to make money, Jane is going to make money, Clara cannot. Make sense? Just a few currency pairs out of 27 are positioned like this. Next. Number 5. I must have or the monthly or the weekly original Fibonacci aligned with the daily. Okay? So the monthly is up, the weekly is down, you know, and the daily is down, right? Now you can enter, right? Yes, you can. Now what if the risk reward ratio on the daily is not good? Make sense, everybody? So you have more space, you can breathe more, your strategy can breathe more because it's or the monthly or the weekly. But if there is risk reward ratio on the daily is not good enough, you don't have entries. And the third one, which is the most flexible, you know, this is the daily, and I can have any variations from the weekly and the monthly, any kind of variation. I just need to find the Fibonacci of the confirmation or the Contrarian Fibonacci, and then I can link it to the daily. So the number 5.3 is the most flexible, but you have another problem. You must trade all of them. Always. Why, boss? Why? Because it's the strategy. You cannot say, oh, you know, today I'm going to trade the alignment with the Contrarian and the daily, and tomorrow I'm going to trade the confirmation and the daily, and the next day I'm going to trade the original and the daily, and on Thursday I'm not going to enter the market because I don't have any alignments, but you do have. You must enter every single time. So what's the challenge before we finish for today? The challenge of the 5.1 it's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, because those three suckers must align. The challenge of the 5.3, it's, oh, there is too much. But you build the strategy. You build the strategy, not me. So point number 3 has a different challenge. Here you must wait patiently for decades. Here you must, trade and trade and trade, and this alignment and that alignment and that alignment and that alignment. Make sense? And 5.2 still in between is the same. It's going to be waiting sometimes, okay? Or maybe compared 5.3 compared to 5.2 is going to make more money, but it's also more work. And if you miss entry, you don't miss, you are not going to do it. You don't know it yet. This is the Forex course 202. How to make money, the money phase. You don't know it yet, Forex course 101 traders. You don't know it yet. Forex course 202 is the money phase. Teach me how to make money. Once you choose a strategy, no more changing. And if you don't enter warnings, why didn't you enter? Oh, it's too much work, but you build your strategy. Or why did you enter? Oh, there was a signal, not from your strategy. Oh, but John entered. John has a different strategy. Money is made in the Forex course 202, everybody. Alright, our time is up. See you back tomorrow. Until tomorrow, stay strong.